Hey, if you're like me, you're super excited about Spelljammer's Adventures in Space, and to help bring your battles and games to life, WizKids has made these ship-scale figures that represent ships, natural disasters like asteroids, monsters, threats, elf patrols, all sorts of cool things. Well, let me stop talking and let me just start showing.
Okay, here are the ships and the threats from space. There are 7 sets. So let's start with this one, Wild Space Ambush, ship scale miniatures. This comes with the Night Spider, an asteroid, the flying fish, which kind of looks like a beta fish, right? And the Nautiloid, probably everybody's favorite. The detail on these is really cool. And because these are specialty sets, you're not getting as much versatility as you do with the booster packs with just the minis. That being said, in some instances, I'm going to show you what I think I could do with them outside of Spelljammer. I mean, for example, why couldn't this be an Eberron underwater ship to scale? And then you could put it against, say, a large octopus. So now here you are for a ship scale combat with a megalodon, a giant octopus, a giant crab, and this is just an underwater ship. This is really nice looking, and it could be a threat from space for sure. You get this nice large asteroid. And this one, this is the largest of all the ships. I believe that's a net for catching other ships. But if you're running Spelljammer, Adventures in Space, you're going to want these. These are a tremendous addition to your arsenal for that campaign. Here we have the Attack from Deep Space. And that comes with an Astral Dreadnought, the Lamprey, hold on, giant gelatinous cube, and a turtle ship. Let's see what, this is really not a Lamprey. It's a Scorpion. So that is just a printing error. That's okay. Look at this. Now, this is to scale. It says on the box that for each inch, it represents 50 feet. So you can just imagine the terrifying size of this Astral Dreadnought. Look at that mini. I love it. They also have coming out a colossal size one. And you can pre-order that at dndmini.com, just like you can these, or pick it up at your favorite mom and pop shop. It's pretty cool. I remember seeing this for the first time on the Manual of the Planes AD&D book, and it was terrifying. But what else could you use this for? Why couldn't this be some form of quarry in Eberron? Why couldn't it be an underwater creature? Why couldn't it be an infernal or abyssal creature or a strange aberration? It doesn't have to be limited to your Spelljammer campaign. In fact, let's see how standard mini looks next to it. Still a big mini by comparison to this one, and a challenging threat, I would say. Same with this. Why couldn't this just be a massive gelatinous cube for your heroes to encounter in a dungeon? But instead, you could also use it as a threat in space. I love like the sculpt, because it really conveys a sense of motion and wobbliness, like Jello, bran gelatin. I love the turtle ship. It looks like, or Gamera. It's pretty cool. Same with this. And again, why couldn't these two? Why couldn't this be an underwater ship? Why couldn't this be some sort of to scale vessel clambering around in the desert if you're doing wargaming. And why couldn't this be an Eberron airship? Just imagine that it has a fire ring around it. This is a really cool set, particularly this, but you know, I'm a little biased because I began D&D in the AD&D age. So this one is really cool to see in 3D form finally. Let's take a look. This is from the Astral Elf Patrol. It has an ancient solar dragon, a star moth, an ancient lunar dragon, and a damselfly. Again, this could be an amazing to scale Eberron ship as well. Maybe the elemental isn't a ring, but maybe it's wings instead. It's very cool, but you have other uses. Look at this thing. Spelljammer ship, yes, or maybe it's a Warforged wasp. Let's see. Warforged giant wasp. Look how big it is. That would be terrifying to put against your players. You have an ancient astral dragon. So imagine, remember, 1 inch equals 50 feet. This thing is so colossal. Imagine this bearing down on a ship. That would be terrifying. But you could use it, like I said in my previous video, as perhaps a underwater dragon. Maybe it's just a young underwater dragon. And here's your ancient lunar dragon. But again, this could just be a young dragon of some sort, or a young lunar dragon. It's got the large base. You get a lot in this set. And this is the Asteroid Encounters. You get the aesthetic, or the hammerhead, a megapede, a wasp, a couple asteroids, and a living ship. I love this set. Love the asteroids. They're very, very cool. And this. Now, in my Strahd campaign, one of the players came to Barovia by way of this. So before the campaign's over, they're gonna find it again. And maybe they'll set off for the stars. Maybe Strahd will lift his castle and take it to space. I saw that on D&D Beyond. It was fascinating. Maybe I'll go that route. Love this. Look at this. This megapede hanging out on an asteroid. Look at the size of it compared to that living ship. I mean, that would be a dire threat. And this living ship is really cool. Look at that. It's got a tree on it. And all of these are detailed in the Spelljammer Adventures in Space campaign setting. Got the wasp. These are really cool. And I love the hammerhead, man. This hammerhead may be one of my favorites, if not my favorite ship. Here is the Welcome to Wild Space set. Comes with the squid ship, the bombard, the shrike ship, an ancient gold dragon, and a space galleon. Now, when I run the campaign, I'll probably have my players acquire this ship to Spelljam in Space because I have the Falling Star ship from WizKids. So it makes sense to get a little immersion in there. So you've seen the close-up of the space galleon. And this squid ship is really cool. What's your favorite ship in Spelljammer? Comment below. Like these little astral sails. And you've got this cool little ship. I mean, you could do a scale battle. I mean, that could be like something from Eberron as well. And then this. I mean, these are great. They're straight from the old school Spelljammer game, which is really cool to see. And so look at the comparison size with an ancient gold dragon. But again, that gold dragon can be a young gold dragon. Makes it very versatile. Here we have the threats from the cosmos. We've got a tyrant ship, which is powered by Beholder, right? The swarm of murder comets. It's a little comical. The cosmic horror and an ancient red dragon. So let's see. You know, if you're not using this as a Beholder ship in Spelljammer, it could be some sort of strange something from the deep or a nether realm. You know, get creative. You know, it would be a shame to not get as much use of these minis as possible. I mean, look at this thing. This is a cosmic horror, right? And it definitely looks like one. Why couldn't this be some strange far realm creature that plagues the nightmares of your players? I mean, look at the size again. I don't care if it's not colossal size. That thing would make you crap your pants. And, you know, why couldn't this be a swarm of specters or spirits, you know, in your regular campaign? So you do get some versatility out of these, maybe more than I was thinking when I began the video. And of course, why couldn't this be a young red dragon? In addition to using it for what it was intended to be used for. So you have some amazing sets coming out. You can pre-order them at dndmini.com, or you can wait and pick them up at your favorite mom and pop shop.
I'm really excited about this. I have been thinking about adapting the Pathfinder Adventure Path, Skulls and Shackles, for Spelljammer, calling it Star and Shackles. I ran that 10 years ago, so now it might be a fun way to revisit it and repackage it in a new way using the Spelljammer Adventures in Space campaign setting. So maybe you want to try something like that. Maybe you want to just run the adventure that came with it, or create your own homebrew adventures, or do something entirely different. I think I've shown you how you can use these not just for that setting, but for your own purposes in gameplay. I think it's worthwhile checking out, and I hope you do.